runner Sam Gordon.
Sam Gordon.
Sam Gordon, currently dubbed the fastest man in Wales.
Sam Gordon clearly feeling quite confident ahead of this final. Sam Gordon, electric out the blocks, already leaving the other athletes in his way.
Yo, we just finished the final.
Sam Gordon's miles ahead. Good finish from McCoy and Gambagele. 10.08. What a run from Samuel Gordon. That would be a Welsh record, a championship best.
But equal BB, up on the wall right there. No complaints, just progression, which is what we want.
Here is Sam Gordon from Wales.
People have written me off, people have doubted me, and like I said before, never doubt someone, because you don't know what they're going through, you don't know what their mindset is. I don't want to be the fastest in Wales, I don't want to be the fastest in the UK. I want to be one of the fastest in the world, do you know what I mean?
I think it was always football when he was younger.
Football was a big part of my life, so I grew up idolising Ronaldo. You saw that one standout player that literally was better than everyone else, was really flashy on the field, and I wanted to be that guy. On the school pitch, I would literally try and be flashy, strike the ball from as far as I could, do you know what I mean, just be that spectacular player.
One of the big things I remember is that we used to play older guys because he was kind of advanced for his age. They let him play and he was able to hold his own.
Being the quickest person on the field, the big target point would be get his ankles, get him out of the game. So literally I'd be training for athletics and then I'd get into a game, literally within the first 10 minutes, ankles bang, gone, ligaments damaged. And I just thought, if this is going to be every game, no, not for me.
I knew from basically day one that he was pretty fast. When I tell people about my life or my family, it's like, oh yeah, I got X amount of brothers. It's like 2 older ones, 1 younger one. Oh, younger one's like, oh he's like the fastest man in Wales or something. And people are like, huh?
When I first went to a competition, Peachy was like, oh, let's try it, give it a go. And went there, won it. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But that still didn't spark the interest. It was more so when I got into year 2013. I was struggling to decide whether I wanted to carry on with sport or get a real job. I literally gave all my all that 1 year to athletics. It was the European Juniors that year. I didn't make it, but came 7th in the trials, and I thought, oh, if I put my head down for a year and worked really hard and I've achieved this, I should be able to achieve a lot more if I actually dedicate my life to this.
Just this little ball of energy. He was like a young, quite scrawny kid, pretty fast, but a little bit all over the place, arms and legs flying all over the place. I just thought, if you tidy up what he's doing mechanically and kind of get him a bit physically stronger, then he definitely had potential.
It was pretty much like that. He was doing his life, and then without any time at all, he was just walking around like a rock or something.
When he started at university, he was going there for a little while and suddenly he walked through the door and I thought, what's happened to you?
I knew your face was like... When I came to Cardiff Met to do my studying, I joined my now coach Matt Elias, and from then on out we went to warm weather training camps in Arizona, so we were out there training. And then as a young athlete, that exposed me to very, very high quality athletes. Seeing how hard they were working and how hard they had to work day in, day out, that just showed to me what I kind of need to do to get to that level. Sometimes going outside and run, you don't want to, but my dad always said it's mind over matter when you get to this level, and that's literally what I tell myself. So if I feel like I'm going to throw up, if I feel like I'm probably going to collapse on the floor because I'm exhausted, I literally just dial in. Just so I know that when I get to the outdoors and start running, I know I've done all the work that I can do.
Today they had kind of a big sort of either intensive tempo or lactate workout session. It's basically just pushing that body to a state where you're operating with lactate, and it's almost like a bit of a burning sensation. Your legs start to feel burny, they start feeling really heavy. It almost looks like a bit like a war zone at the end. There's bodies scattered everywhere. And when we get to those last reps, just getting yourself to the start line, not just builds that physical strength, but kind of that mental strength needed as well.
The International Olympic Committee has the honor of announcing that the games of the 32nd Olympiad in 2020 are awarded to the city of Tokyo.
When I found out that Japan would be holding this, like me and my mate, we lost our heads. We were like, this is the games we're both gonna make. And then we're gonna make history, because you went through school, teacher said, we're not gonna be anything. You two are not gonna make it, you're not gonna make it in life, you're not gonna make it for uni. All this and that. And we literally just looked at each other and we smiled. They were like, oh, what are you laughing at? We're like, nothing. You don't need to, your opinion doesn't matter to us anymore.
I remember that moment vividly, one of the only moments I remember like perfectly, and me and Sam were standing there and we just looked at each other and smiled. They didn't like that, obviously, but we smiled because we knew what they were saying here wasn't going to demotivate us. It wasn't going to stop us from doing anything, and we knew exactly where we wanted to go.
One thing I'll never do with athletes is cut their dreams short. I think you've got to dream big. British team won the World Championships 2 years ago, so that's going to be a squad of 6 or 7 guys, whereas once you drill down into the individual team, it's 3 guys, and that's it. And I think for him to be in that top 3, he's also going to need to be in the top 20 in the world as well.
If you run sub 10, you are officially quick. That's just the holy grail of sprinting. You can run other times and be quick, but that is quick. I've always said, the moment I think that I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it. I went through a pretty rough breakup with my ex-girlfriend, and I was down in the dumps, like we could say depressed, and basically it made me question everything about my life. I thought, am I even supposed to be doing sport? Because if the person that I loved at the time couldn't see what I was doing, am I not doing the right thing, do you know what I mean?
He phoned me up really quite upset, where I think he'd gone to try and patch things up with his partner at the time. It really blew up into this big thing. I was having so many injuries that year. I was like, I don't know if I'm in the right sport. Sport's not even proper for me. So I literally went to Welsh Champs and I said, if I don't run a PB and I don't win it, I am done.
He was on the verge of sort of like stopping and quitting, and I said, no, you know, you just got to try and get over this dark period.
I was in a very low point. Make what you want of it. I was in a very, very low point. Very low point.
Sam Gordon.
Sam Gordon, currently dubbed the fastest man.
How many paracetamols does it take to kill someone? Literally, I remember I had them all lined up ready just to take the whole thing and just put them back. I don't want to be feeling like this no more. This is the only way out, do you know what I mean? It's hard to put into words like how you get there. I think it's just when you think your whole life's crashing down on you. I just don't want my parents to come in or my brother to come in and see a dead body in the bed. How would my parents feel when they're waking me up? Do you know what I mean? How would my brothers feel? How would all my friends feel? Like, just gone without a word. No one said a goodbye, nothing, and I'm just there. But luckily, they were there, they had my back. They were supporting me throughout the whole way. So in the end, obviously I didn't feel like I needed to do that.
It was like that was sucking the life out of him, and then all of a sudden, once those ties were cut, just that life came back and you saw the energy come back. So
I literally went to Welsh Champs and I blew the field out of the water. And even though it was windy, I was like, it was just that sense of relief and just the pressure off my shoulders. And I literally looked at my coach and he just smiled. And I almost cried because I was like, I've been through so much over the past few months. Like this whole year's been awful. And I just thought, right, I am meant to be here. And now I can start putting in the work. So that was that.
He PB'd straight away and the rest of the season just kind of went like that. I think that was a big learning thing for him in his life as well. If he's happy and truly happy away from the track, that will bleed onto what he does on the track.
Running and I don't even see you in my lane, though. Running into you, I don't even know your name, bro. Running again.
Guys, 10 seconds, match it out.
Murder he wrote and all you see is the blood in the pen.
Come
Running
down,
and I don't even see you in my lane, though. Running into you, I don't even know your name, bro. Running again. I'll be setting the trend. Murder he wrote and all you see is the blood in the pen.
Yo, live, sick day.
Most recently, I didn't make the World Championships team for the Champs in Doha. The year just gone, and I remember I was in work, we were in a team meeting, and I was a bit down in the dumps anyway because I was like, oh, this season's just gone to pot again. I remember I went on my phone and I realized that they announced the team. It was like, only crushed my soul because I was like, I've put in so much work this year. I still haven't made the cut. Like, what more am I supposed to do? And I remember I stopped talking, I literally walked out of the meeting, went to my car, and I just burst my eyes out crying. I was like, this is another year that I haven't made the grain, that I haven't made it. You start thinking about, I've got a fiance, we wanna buy a house, we wanna get married, and you start thinking, am I being selfish in trying to follow my dreams when other people are waiting on me to get somewhere? I feel like I'm holding people back. You start thinking, have I been selfish for so many years and I haven't realized? You start questioning yourself about if what you're doing is right.
They said, look, use all of these negative things to actually enhance your running. I said, you know, when things maybe, even now when things are maybe just not going quite how you want them to, you know, you've got to take that negative and build on it and use that to say, look, I've been here before, I've been through worse actually.
I had talks with obviously my family members, my fiance, my friends, and they're like, you are doing the right thing. Don't worry about what we're doing. Like, you need to do this. We know you can do it. And having that support network behind me has literally just fueled me like well to try and get to where I know I can be, which is the Olympic Games.
It was about putting a plan in place. We've got a goal that's maybe 6, 8, 10 years, whatever it is, but we're planning that development along the way. And yeah, it hasn't been smooth sailing. There's been injuries, issues away from the track, but we're on plan and we're going somewhere with it.
He's not just one-dimensional in terms of focusing on his athletics. I think he's an excellent role model.
Up and down, so.
You know, all the kids that he works with, they kind of look up to him.
He's the best person that could possibly be around coaching children. He has as much energy as those children, and he creates this environment that's just so motivational and positive that it's one in a million.
Seeing some of my friends that had less than what I had, I don't want them to ever feel like sport isn't the place for them.
It'll all be worth it in the end, mate.
When I see kids now, I kind of want to inspire them as much as I can. It's supposed to be like an escape. As soon as you start enjoying it on the training, when you get to a race, you'll be exactly the same there. You have no worries when you're on the track. You don't have to worry about your day-to-day life. All you have to do is just have fun and run, do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Just run as fast as you can, feel free. I've realized now you cannot doubt yourself in this game. Even if you don't back me, I don't care. I back myself, and that's all that matters. I just need to buckle down, and me and Matt, we're gonna go to work. We're gonna come back and we're gonna hit the season as hard as we can, just so it literally shows how serious we are, because you can see the work that we put in is no joke. I believe people are gonna know that outdoors straight away. If they don't know it now, they will know it. I know how good I am. I know how good I can be, and I'm just trying to be the biggest and best athlete that's ever come out of Wales. I mean, the Olympics. Don't ever write people off. Don't ever write people off because you don't know what monster it could produce.